Com. And the Philadelphia School District is a step closer to naming a new superintendent. It is down to 3 finalists. Eyewitness News anchor Natasha Brown tells us about those candidates.
We're in the final phase of our superintendent search.
After months of an extensive nationwide search, the Philadelphia Board of Education has whittled the list down to the final 3 candidates for superintendent of the School District of Philadelphia.
We hired a search firm. They've reached out to more than 400 individuals. We have narrowed it down to 3 finalists. We're excited about that. It's been quite a journey.
The journey began when Dr. William Haidt announced last summer that he would be leaving at the end of this school year. After an unprecedented 10-year tenure as superintendent, the board was thrust into search mode for his replacement, making sure the community had a voice in the process with more than 46 public engagement sessions.
We had an extensive listening session with the Philadelphia community. We received input from more than 6,000 individuals. We developed a 27-page report that reflected on what it is that we heard, what it is that people want in the next superintendent.
The final 3 candidates are John Davis, who is chief of schools for the city of Baltimore.
He has been an educator working for the last 30 years in education in large urban districts. Our second candidate is KRISH MOHIP. Mr. MOHIP comes initially from Chicago. And more recently, he's become Deputy Education Officer for the state of Illinois. And our final candidate is Mr. Tony WATLINGTON. He is currently sitting as superintendent of the Rowe and Salisbury School District.
All 3 candidates have 25 to 30-year backgrounds in education.
Having a background in education was important to people. You know, there was some talk about non-traditional candidates, but the overwhelming concern is that we get an educator in here.
The 3 finalists will be in Philadelphia next week to meet with students, parents, and community members virtually and via town halls in one final push to convince them why they should be at the helm of the School District of Philadelphia.
They believe in children. Children will come first for all of these candidates, and we're excited about that.
The school board hopes to have a final decision on the new superintendent by the week of March 21st. Natasha Brown, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Just a couple of weeks. Our thanks to Natasha, who mentioned town halls where you can meet these candidates. They will be held next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in the auditorium of the school district's education center. The town halls will run from 6 p.m. until 7. You do have to register ahead of time. The events will also be streamed live on the district's Facebook page.